Well, let's give this conversation, a broader view. You might say it's still about tariff. What else can we discuss this morning? We have Claudine Moore. Claudine Moore is Africa Managing Director at Allison Worldwide to give us a global perspective to this morning. Claudine, you can look at me, it's fine. You're welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Great. So it's all about tariff at this time. The good, the bad. I wonder if there are some goods in all of this. But what changes in the world, in the trade world, trade routes, with all this introduction of tariffs and counter tariffs?
Yes, so thank you for having me, first of all. Always good to be here. So I'm not an economist, so I can't speak about this from an economic perspective in terms of the sort of political economic ramifications. But what I can speak about is PR and communications. And what I can speak about is that Nigerian and African organizations now more than ever is a time when their PR and communications and essentially their storytelling is essential. You've got to present an investment story. You've got to present an investment story to globally, to investment partners, both domestically and across the region. But you really have to dig deep into, it's a new day. You have to dig deep into what your organization, your country, your brand, what you're offering to stakeholders, and really digging deep in presenting that investment story and what the benefits are to your partners, not the impact it's going to have for you and your organization.
So
That's
what would
imperative.
a Nigerian investment story at this time, what would it look like?
You have to really align with universal challenges. What are some of the challenges that are being faced in the world today, and how and why is your Nigerian organization a solution to some of those universal and global challenges? It's not just enough to say that, again, as I mentioned, it's not just enough to say this is how it benefits us as a country. It's about what are some of those universal challenges and how you're offering solutions.
And so whose responsibility would this be? The private sector has a lot to lose. The public sector obviously has the responsibility of running countries.
Yeah.
So who should head this storytelling, investment storytelling at a time like this with so many disruptions?
Everybody. Everybody has an investment story. It's from a different angle. So if you're public, private sector, the angles are different, the stories that you're telling are different, the opportunities are different, but it's everybody's responsibility. I don't think any organization that felt like that's the private sector should do that, whereas the public sector shouldn't, are doing themselves a great disservice.
And you talk about effective visibility, looking for businesses trying to see some opportunities. I mean, with Dr. Adedipe, the man we just spoke to, talked about the fact that now it does seem like from China, goods are beginning to have reduced price because the yen is weakening.
Yeah.
That
weakening drastically.
So that creates an opportunity for some businesses. But how do you use that? That's another story.
So again, I can speak about it from a communications perspective. I think at that point, what you really have to do and sit down is what do we have to offer? Do we genuinely have something to offer, and is there genuinely opportunities? And really digging deep into what those opportunities are and really understanding your stakeholders and what their objectives are as well. Not every stakeholder has the same objective, so you really have to also tailor your investment story to the particular stakeholders.
So if you were to advise African businesses, Nigerian businesses, Nigerian government at this time, from the communications point of view, which is your area of passion, what would you tell them?
I would say, again, looking at some universal challenges, looking at your local narratives, and aligning them with global perspectives.
And do you see strengths, for instance, from the African perspective, from the Nigerian perspective, that you think should be highlighted in this communication at this time?
We have the resources, and the world needs them. That is exactly what I would say. We have the resources and the world needs them.
Wow, that's sharp and straight to the point.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Claudine
Thank
Moore,
you.
for this communication and telling of investment story aspect that you have brought to this whole tariff war issue. Claudine Moore is Africa Managing Director at Allison Worldwide. Thank you for
having me. Thank you.
All right, let's take a break now. When we come back, do we take a break from tariff? We'll see about that. It's still here on Business Morning. Stay with us.